Sparty's back today with 4 different Dormammu TAC Infinite starters. These are applicable across mid-screen and corner and apply to side and down TAC infinites. Now, there's no infinite starters yet that I've found that are super consistent for up across mid-screen or corner, and I am working on that. Perhaps I'll come back with a future video, but for now I thought I'd upload 4 different starters here, just as I have it right now at the end of 2023. Hopefully in future I'll be able to do an update with the up TAC Infinite starters as well. Now these 4 TAC Infinite starters, all, if done correctly, lead you to having a 4-frame link to finish. So a 4-frame link coming out of the last dark hole of each of the starters into whatever button comes next. So there we just saw dark hole into falling, jump, light, and into heavy. And that's a 4-frame link into the light. Whereas the down TAC starter mid-screen here is a 4-frame link into a dash, plink to heavy. I'll get into each of these in a little bit more detail after I've gone through all 12 of these. This is just a video to show, an initial video to show that these can be done consistently. Here I do 12 in a row across 3 different body types. It's all about learning the timing for his dark holes, when you can act after it, and once you've got the feeling for when you can act out of that dark hole, that 4-frame link becomes a piece of cake. It's just like Dr. Doom's falling plasma beam into jump light. It's the same exact thing. The only other thing that you need to do with these is practice, because with the side TAC variations especially, you must learn how to manage height out of his dark hole combos here. So you must learn how to manage height. One other thing I should mention before I do get into the nitty-gritty details is that these starters work with Wolverine on the side versions, mid-screen and corner. Down, you will always get the same height for the same character, no matter what you do off a down TAC, but the side TAC and up TACs, if you are at a lower height when you activate the side or up TAC, their character will come out on a lower height, or your next character will come out at a lower height, and if you're at a higher height, they'll come out at a higher height. So the height that you do the TAC at is important. So these apply for Wolverine. If you want to do a corner side TAC Infinite variation with Magneto, for example, you just want to do launch into heavy. This applies for different characters, so experiment with yours, and in just a second we'll get into the details of how to do the first variation. Okay, so let's have a look at the mid-screen down TAC starter. Right here for Wolverine, the launcher is low, and you do medium L and then side TAC. You do an immediate jump LH and fly, and then on smaller characters like Virgil or Morrigan, you do LH, and then you just slightly delay your dark hole to let them fall a little bit further. And then you link the first dark hole into the second dark hole and do dash down jump heavy. Now to continue the combo from there, you need to do another series of dark holes linked together, like so, just to manage the height and get close enough to them. And then you can return to the normal way where you do jump heavy dark hole, fly forwards, and then jump heavy dark hole. Now the dash down heavy during the starter needs to be light medium plinked into jump heavy in order to get the jump heavy to be fast enough to come out and combo on the character the way as it is intended to. Now, for the mid-screen side variant. Again, height is important on the starter here, so for Wolverine it's crouch heavy S, and then medium int L into side TAC. This may differ depending on your character. You must find the correct height for your character TACing into Dormammu here. But the starter is dash forward fly immediately, and then dash down forward jump heavy. Now you need to plink LM into heavy for that, and then after your 2 dark holes there, you end with a falling light into a jump heavy, and then re-jump into jump heavy afterwards to keep them a little bit on the lower side. Let's have a look at that one more time. So there is a big degree of height management here. So once again, it's dash forward into fly, dash down forward heavy. You want to be point blank with them at that moment, and you need to keep smaller characters like Virgil, like Morrigan, and like the very small characters low on the dark hole. The lower generally the better, but play about with it, and then it's a 4-frame link to light then heavy. Bigger characters you want in the middle, and medium-sized characters you want in like the bottom third of the dark hole. Okay, corner down TAC here. This is the simplest of the four, and the one I'd probably recommend learning first. The height that you TAC from is irrelevant on down TACs. They always come out at the same height, so here, doesn't matter the height, you just simply TAC in, immediate dash forward into fly, and then you need an dash down forward heavy. Now it's important that you get close to them when you do that heavy. You want to hit them with the first active frames of Dorm's jump heavy as it swings from underneath him, and then just cancel into dark hole, then another jump heavy and another dark hole. Then as you come out of the second dark hole, you have a 4-frame window to hit jump heavy, and you'll automatically, as long as you're holding up, begin the TAC infinite as you re-jump here. One more time. Now, certain heavy characters, something to note with, like, for example, Doom, as you do dash down forward jump heavy, you need to be point blank, but you need them also to be a little bit higher than sort of like, you know, just off the floor, because if they are very low, the second jump heavy into dark hole will drop as they fall a little bit further whilst you're doing it. But again, once you get that timing down, it's a 4-frame link, and do an up back jump heavy out of it into the rest of the TAC infinite. Last but not least, corner side. Now here, the height again that you TAC from does matter. With Wolverine, it's launch, a low launch into jump medium, jump heavy, side TAC, and then you do dash forward, fly, dash down heavy, again that's plinked, LM to H, jump, dark hole. I do an dash here on Virgil. You don't have to do the dash, but I like it for height management purposes. And then again, it's the same as the mid-screen variants of side TAC. You are doing falling LH out of that dark hole. Now, the height management here is crucial. I'm going to do a comparison in just a moment between the 3 characters that we have in this demonstration. So, you'll see all 3 characters side by side here. You've got Virgil as the small, Doom as the mid, and Hagar as the big boy. Now, you notice here, the first dark hole, it might not be too different, but you notice here on the second dark hole, Virgil's very low, Doom is a little bit higher, and Hagar, being the biggest character, is higher again, and it's all because you want Dormammu's jump heavy to hit at the correct time, and on bigger characters they need to be higher, or the jump heavy will hit too soon on the way down and it won't activate the infinite. So smaller characters being smaller, you want the L heavy, as you see on Virgil here on the left hand side, you want the L heavy to hit in its arc lower down, you want it on the big character to hit later on. So that is the tutorial here for corner down, corner side, mid-screen down, and mid-screen side TAC infinite starters for Dormammu. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you found the extra time put into showing the slow-mo versions of the starters. I hope that helped you out. If you do enjoy this type of content and you'd like to see more tutorials for any other type of execution-based thing within the game of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, feel free to let me know what it is that you want to see broken down and how to execute. If there's anything that you're unsure about these specific infinite starters, feel free to drop me a question down in the comments below, or if you just simply have a suggestion for anything else that I could do a video on in future, feel free to suggest that in the comments. If you did find this video valuable, there's some part of this that you're going to use, feel free to drop me a like down below and comment if you do have any ways that I could improve these, or anything that you find in your travels with Dormammu. Perhaps you will find the up TAC infinite starters that I've been looking for. There are many, so feel free to send me a DM or pop me a comment down below. Speak to me on Discord, in the UK Marvel Discord or the US Marvel Discord. I'll leave a link for each down below. But likewise, if you want to see more of this content, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks very much.